What in the world is tuck pointing? Hey everybody, Mark Dolfini, Landlord Coach. Hope you're having an awesome day. Yes, tuck pointing. Maybe you've heard about it, maybe you haven't, but I'm going to talk about it, and I'm going to talk about this little guy right here. If you can see in the photo, that is related to a chimney, and specifically a brick chimney. And this isn't a property that I own, but I just happen to be taking my normal morning constitutional and to stretch my legs a little bit. But by the way, I had I was sitting down. I've got one of these smartwatches, you know, and it was, I got up to stretch my legs one day, and it said, "Hey, good job." And I was like, "All right, go me." Well, what it didn't realize was it was encouraging really bad behavior, because I was actually getting up to go get a donut. And so it was definitely encouraging bad behavior. Anyway, I digress. The main thing I want to talk about tuck pointing is it's really easy to forget something that you don't see all the time, and that is something that's related to masonry and tuck pointing. Now, this chimney that you can see here in the background, as you can just see the top of it now, but that chimney, the brick in that chimney is generally pretty good, but it does need to be maintained, and it's really easy to forget about because it's out of sight and out of mind quite often. So really what you need to do, and I'm going to walk up on a brick house here, which I'm going to show you has been really well maintained, and you can see the exterior brick is not just the brick is in good shape, but also the mortar in between the bricks, and that's what I'm talking about when we're mentioning tuck pointing. So you can see here in this property, this brick behind me, the brick lines are really good. It's obviously been well maintained, but what happens over time is as weather hits that, the brick is generally okay, but the mortar joints in between will actually start to fall out, and that does need to be replaced, and that's what tuck pointing is. Generally, it takes somebody who has some knowledge of masonry. It's not something I would recommend for people, for the beginner. You can do it if you want to watch some YouTube videos on it. I'm not going to tell you how to do it. I am not particularly good at it. I've gotten okay at it, just to kind of salvage stuff. I have seen where they have this kind of like mortar in a tube, which is kind of like in a caulk gun. I think it's crap. I don't like using that stuff. I think you can use it as a stopgap measure if you've got some real severe erosion of your mortar joints, but it does need to be done by someone who really knows what they're doing, and particularly an experienced mason. But again, making sure that is part of your inspection process, especially on a roof that you may not even be able to see the chimney. You just kind of know the chimney is up there. Now keep in mind, for those of you who are like, well, chimney is, you know, for burning wood, or, you know, for a fireplace. Well, not necessarily. Keep in mind that these old chimneys are now being used to run ductwork up through, which may have your furnace exhaust may come out of there, your water heater exhaust, things like that. So make sure that you, and it's still important to make sure that those are inspected from time to time, to make sure you don't have animals living in there, and of course that the bricks are not eroding away, and of course the mortar joints are still good. So again, make sure that you're paying attention to these details, because again, you don't want to worry about a problem when the first time you start to see bricks falling off and sliding off the roof, because then you've got a major problem and a much more expensive fix. All right, guys, have a great rest of your day. Remember, if you don't place a value on your free time, someone else will, and there is no amount of money that will make time irrelevant. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you next time.